Welcome back to Midnight Critics. I'm your host, Thomas, with my co-host. He barely made any noise, and now there's an Alexa going off. But that is Corey. We're going to spin the wheel and see what we get. While this wheel is spinning, I bet you can subscribe and hit that notification bell and probably even follow us so you can watch more like this and watch our back catalog, which is pretty sick. We have Picture Show by Neon Trees. We're going to go listen to that. All right, we just got done watching Picture Show by Neon Trees.
Okay, let's rewind that. We didn't watch it. Listen to it.
We listened to it. Tomato.
I think it's tomato, not tomato.
Came out January 1st, 2012.
I was
10. And I was 11.
I was 10. And let me tell you, it does feel that long ago that I this was very popular with teenage girls, and I grew up around women, surrounded by them. So I've heard a lot of this shit. And you look, it's not bad.
It's not at all.
Right.
11 songs, 46 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yep. 33 seconds.
I have 34.
Oh, 33.
I have 34. Top left. Like right there.
You're pointing. Oh. House has an extra second?
On the PC version of Spotify, be with me an extra second. I don't even know where that's at.
Oh, you didn't hear that joke.
No, I heard, but I just ignored you.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get it started.
First of all, I think they have to describe. They have to subscribe. Not
describe?
They have to describe how they subscribe.
Ooh, okay.
And after they're done doing that, you're going to tell us about your tier list.
Oh, okay. So we'll wait for them to subscribe, then we'll tell them.
Yeah. We're waiting.
All right, cool. Now that you've subscribed, let's go into Thomas's tier list. We have For Life, which is songs that I have on my playlist, and I'm going to listen to Live for Life.
Yep.
We have songs that are in Yes, which is, amazing songs that I don't necessarily have on my playlist right now, but I do see the appeal in them, and I do like the sound of them. We have a One Time, which is songs that you should listen to one time when you listen to the album, and we have No, you shouldn't listen to this at all. Okay, now, Moving in the Dark is the intro song for Picture Show. What's your thoughts about Moving in the Dark?
I quite like the song. The song's pretty good. I had forgotten how much I enjoyed it until I heard it again, and then I was like, it's going to the list. Put it up there. I can't say it's a permanent addition to the list, but it's definitely a good nostalgia addition to the list.
I think it's kind of hard to see. Anyways, I did put it at the top of in my tier list.
Oh, no, you didn't.
What are you talking about?
You
no,
are so stupid.
What are you talking about? I said nothing wrong.
I think it's kind of hard to see.
After last week's comment that you made.
That wasn't last week. It's probably 2 weeks ago.
Might have been 2 weeks ago. Anyways, so we're going to move on to Teenage Sounds.
Yeah, what do you think about Teenage Sounds?
I don't remember much of it.
Oh, personally, they're a little young for me.
You see what he did? He's like, Thomas made a joke about Moving in the Dark, so I'm going to make the joke about the next one. At the time, I did have it at Yes, and I'm going to keep it there. I think it's just because they're just below Moving in the Dark.
Oh, man.
It was the top of the list. I do think it's a decent song. I just don't remember anything specific about it that was like, oh, that's why I like it so much. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on to Everybody Talks.
Except for deaf people.
I mean, they do, according to Eminem. Just saying.
That one I was cooking for.
They've had it up to here, though. Right?
I heard someone, unrelated note, I heard someone do that at work today. Not from the song, but they were I want to say making fun, but they were interpreting a deaf person and doing that voice, and I was just like, you guys are fucked.
Yeah,
We're trying to work.
we definitely don't know, and definitely haven't seen anybody in our friend group, if not one of us, do that voice. So,
Definitely not.
moving on. Oh, I didn't put any Everybody Talks More. Everybody Talks, amazing song. This is the song you should know off this album if you don't know any other
100%.
songs.
This is their biggest one.
Yeah, 916 million plays.
Yep.
Their next biggest song is actually 12 million, and it was Moving in the Dark.
Off the album.
Off the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, off the album.
Yeah.
We then have Mad Love. Once again, don't remember a whole lot about it.
This one I don't hate. This one's pretty all right.
I do remember most of these songs are pretty just kind of, if you think of like pop and like 2010s, not necessarily pop. What would that be called?
This is like rock. This is like an
I don't know if
this
I'd
is
call it.
this is rock. This is like
I don't know. If you
maybe
think of like
alt rock, but not necessarily alt rock.
If you
It's
think
more
of like
rock.
2010s music, though, this is kind of the sound
this is
that I
peak.
hear from it. Especially the popular 2010 music.
They were the shit.
Yeah.
Let me just look at what genre, because now the fucking Spotify's just a fucking bitch sometimes.
Anyways, Mad Love, I put in yes. If we move on to Weekend, I believe.
Synth pop, indie rock, alternative rock, new wave, electro pop,
So synth
dance
pop
rock.
was the first one?
No, that was like 3 down the line. Alt rock was the first one.
Okay.
Then it was new wave. Then it was synth pop. Then it was indie rock. Then it was pop rock, pop, electro pop, and dance rock.
There's a lot of fucking pop.
This is the AI overview. Okay. On Wikipedia, it's pop rock, new wave, synth pop, indie
Pop rock. Okay. That makes sense because it sounds very pop to me.
I mean, yeah, but
it
that's
also
because
has a rock.
It got
side
radio
to it.
play. So I mean, I wouldn't
Right.
necessarily anything that's rock that gets radio play to the level of that. People just automatically call pop, but that's not why it's getting the radio play. Just because it's popular.
I think it also has like a kind of a pop sound to it compared to other pop music around this genre or around this time, I should say.
Yeah.
But anyways, Weekend.
Yep, it was a weekend.
It was Weekend, and I like Weekends. It was okay. I have it above Mad Love, but below Teenage Sound. Lessons in Love, All Day, All Night, featuring Cascade.
Is it really? This was a good ass song.
It's a good song.
I'd forgotten. Like I might honestly. I think one more listen, it could go on a list because I quite like this one.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I don't hate it either. Like I said, I was just jamming out to most of these songs.
Yeah.
I really wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to
They were vibes.
which one was which. It's just kind of, they all were vibes. So, anyways, moving on to Trust. Also, Lessons in Love is their number 3 on this album with 10 million plays.
It's crazy how low that is.
Well, considering the biggest song's 916, and then the next biggest is 12, it's insane drop off.
It's insane.
It shows you though the radio play of Everybody Talks compared to the rest of the
I
album.
mean, Everybody Talks was
Massive, absolutely.
huge. Music videos huge. It's huge.
I need to start pulling up the music videos because I don't have any music video up right now. I just have the tier list up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's okay. Maybe that'll be included in the future. We'll see. Anyways, Lessons in Love, All Day, All Night. I already did, I think, but I put it in the middle of yes.
Okay.
Kind of sits right there in the middle. I like there's certain songs that I like more, like Moving in the Dark and things.
Yeah.
Good. Trust. I do believe I was going into. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but it's a good song. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun.
At the time, I put it above Lessons in Love.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all
Really?
all of my ratings I do in the time of listening to the songs. So, I'm not writing down the particular, this is why I like this song, unless it's really memorable. But if it's really memorable and it's really hit me like that, it usually is ending up in for.
Yeah.
So, I'm really only looking for songs that are going to either be in for life or are going below yes. Everything else kind of almost drops into that yes anyways, because it's like I see the appeal. I see that I could see myself listening to that song in the future if I wanted to. Um, yeah. Going to Close to You. Once again, I got nothing on this song. Do you have anything?
No, this one kind of just went into the ether for me. Yeah, it's just this song's whatever. There's not really much to latch onto or grow on off of this song.
I have it at the bottom of yes.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.
We then have Hooray for Hollywood, which is the least played song on the album.
And it's because it's horrendous.
But it's also not super long, which is usually what kills songs that are horrendous, is that they're super long.
But this one's bad and it's short.
I don't know if I'd say it's bad.
It's not very good. The hook is bad.
The hook's weak, for sure.
And I think, especially for them trying to get big off of this, that's a terrible way to go about it.
Yeah. I have it just below Close to You, on the very bottom of yes. Because once again, I do see people that would be like, can get past the hook issue. And we then have Still Young, right? Yeah. Fine song. It's a little repetitive, I remember, but not terrible. It wasn't killing me.
Yeah.
So I have it above below Mad Love. And then we have I Am the DJ.
Are you the DJ?
I am.
I was under the impression I was the DJ since I'm the one who hooks up and plays the stuff. That would make me the DJ.
I'm the one who spins the wheel. DJs choose the song.
They just kind of keep playing. Because would you say if you're a wedding DJ, you don't choose the song, you're the one who presses play on the playlist?
You do make the mix though, and people can come up to you and request songs, which then means you have to go
tell them no, because
choose
if it's not the bride or the husband, they don't get to fucking choose. They just kind of get to be there.
I Am the DJ goes to the very bottom, yes. Actually, it goes one above Hooray for Hollywood. It was fine. It wasn't offensive. It was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's an alright album. You know? There's no real strong feelings towards it in either category.
No, I don't strongly hate this album. I don't strongly like this album.
Yeah.
There.
I think it sits solidly at a hard middle of a 5. It's not a bad album, but it's not like a particularly like, oh my gosh, everyone's got to listen to this. It's just kind of like, it's a little time capsule. Got their most famous song on there. And you know what? It's not terrible, because it could have just been that one song that was the bang.
Right.
But there are other stuff on there that I'm like, this is listenable.
Yeah. It's definitely not like Everybody Talks, the rest of the song. But I think Everybody Talks is like,
I mean.
So, but I do agree. I will be also giving it a 5.
A unanimous 5. Wow. I think it's the first time we've done a unanimous that wasn't a 10.
Yeah, probably. And I think you're exactly correct, because it's got some weak yes songs that I have on here, but it's also got some strong yes songs, and then it's got one hit.
And you know what? One hit's all you really need to sell an album.
Right. So I am fine with saying that this is a average album. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's the baseline.
You know what also should be the baseline and average?
Subscribing?
Yes.
Really?
And following.
And following.
And hitting the notification bell.
Hitting the notification bell. What happens if I hit that notification bell? What exactly happens?
You get notified every single Monday at like 10 a.m. when we're going to upload.
Okay.
Because that's when we upload. Central Time, by the way. It's the best time.
Doxed us. We've been doxed.
Yes. If you're able to find me or Corey in the central US time, good fucking luck.
I know a lot of people. You know a lot of people.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not worried about it.
Doxed.
But Also, leave a comment. I will respond. I don't care what it is. You can literally just say
Poop. Yep.
and I will respond to
I
it.
could see that formulated on the tip of your tongue.
You could see it. Yeah, I know you
Yeah.
could because you said it right before I did.
Yeah, I was watching you form poop inside your mouth.
Poop.
I was watching you create poop inside of your mouth.
Pretty majestic, like.
Yeah, it's an interesting talent you have. That I don't know how you get that poop to come up out of your body like that from your mouth.
Mm.
Pretty spectacular.
Also, when you're leaving that comment, if you want to leave a comment that's like, "Hey, you guys should do this," "Hey, you guys should do a review on a game trailer, or on a movie trailer, or on a video, or on,"
I don't know if it'd be a
some
review
IRL
over a
shit.
trailer. It'd probably be a breakdown of the trailer.
Maybe.
What are we reviewing if we're reviewing a trailer? Be like,
We
yeah,
could be giving our opinions on it and be
This trailer was alright.
like, well, we could also be like explaining how excited we are or how bad we think that movie's going
that
to be.
is
Giving our
fair.
opinions on it. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a review.
I mean, let's do a real fast test run. What do you think about the Superman trailer? Go.
I haven't watched it.
See, this is the problem with you, man. This is the problem right here. These are the things you need to look up. Yeah, it's from the trailer. See, this dude's cooked. Okay, what do you think about what's the trailer you have seen?
Good luck.
I'm sure you've seen Yellowstone season 2 trailer. Nosferatu. I'm sure you've seen a Nosferatu. I think I've showed you a Nosferatu trailer. I would warrant probably months ago. I definitely showed you one.
Nope.
I would 100% warrant that. It's a vampire. Got Willem Dafoe in it. What do you think about the trailer for Invincible season 1 that you watched 2 or 3 years ago?
It was very interesting. Like, I was very excited to like get into watching that. Well, and the issue is though is I've actually seen it already. But like, I was excited
Well,
because
that's because you don't watch trailers. So this is what I had to do. I had to fix something. What do you think about the GTA 6 trailer?
that I actually am excited for. It's one of those that's like highly anticipated. They're taking all the money from this game that they've spent shit ton of money for to make a game that's going to be crazy. And I think the graphics alone, obviously, they're going to focus on because that's what every single AAA game studio nowadays does. I hope they kind of stick with most of them.
I mean, I wasn't going to argue that. I'm thinking that Rockstar is going to take their they're going to elevate the level of Red Dead Redemption 2 graphics, which Red Dead Redemption 2 has amazing graphics and a great engine. I think they're just going to elevate that. I don't think they're going to go crazy.
If you looked at GTA 5 at release, GTA 5 now, massive fucking difference. It almost looks like a different game.
It's crazy
how different it is.
But if you pair Red Dead to any of those things, it blows them out of the water.
Well, yeah, of course. It's going to be insane, though. That's what I'm saying. The graphics are going to be insane. The only thing I hope is that Rockstar doesn't go soft on I think you know what I mean by that. Because I think Call of Duty's kind of gone soft on us a little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
Think about it, though. You have the airport mission.
Yeah.
Right? Back in old Call of Duties. You have a shit ton of missions that are like that.
What was in this latest one? You shot up a plane.
Not the same.
It wasn't the same. Okay, you're right. But I mean, in today's world,
it's nowhere near as graphic. It's nowhere near as just bonkers.
I get what you're saying,
crazy.
But in today's world, would you want to replay that mission again? Because I didn't want to play it when I was a kid, and to this day, I still wouldn't want to play it.
That's the point: is that making the person who's playing the single player game uncomfortable because they have to sometimes is good for building the story.
Yeah, but you don't have to shoot the people; you choose to shoot the people.
I'm just telling you that it's good to have that abrasive effect.
I'm not arguing it. I get what you're trying to say.
I really hope.
I just feel it's cancelable. That's all I'm saying.
What is?
It's a cancelable take.
That's fine.
That's all I'm throwing out there.
All I'm saying is that GTA 5, I feel like
6 or 5.
No, I'm talking about GTA 5. GTA 5's campaign, was good, and there were some fucked up things that happened in it.
Sure.
I just hope that there's continues to be fucked up things in it because that's GTA.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a raunchy sex scene.
It's the same thing with Saints Row, for example, right? Saints Row 3, Saints Row 4. I'll loop Saints Row 4 in, even though I have issues with Saints Row 4 in itself, but that's fine.
That's crazy work.
Saints Row 3 and Saints Row 4 both are just batshit crazy games, right?
Yep.
Then you get into Get Out of Hell, which I've never played,
which is also just crazy.
But then you go to the new Saints Row that they made, and it's not even near what those were.
Yeah, no.
And they were trying to make it like, oh, but it's gonna be different. It infuriates me that they went so soft on that game. And that's what I'm talking about in particular. Is
Yeah.
like, if you look at old Saints Row and then you move to that Saints Row, that is going from making you bread and butter and actually being the game, and then just getting rid of that small little piece and then fucking up on other things and ruining that franchise.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they went soft on necessarily. I would say that they didn't put in enough effort. It's a very effortless game when you think back to it. The only
That
thing
might
about
be
that
it.
game that is peak and should be in a bunch of different games is the prank system.
That is a very
Now,
fun system.
I mean, that is the funniest shit I've ever played in my entire life. Because
Yeah.
look, story was whack, gameplay was whack, but the prank system is what made us beat the game.
Oh yeah, the prank
The
system
prank system was
pulled us
fucking
through that game,
hilarious.
100%. So
And it had that going for it. But yeah, it is whack. GTA 6 is going to be
But-
fun.
that's why I'm saying like GTA 6. I really want it to make sure that it's not trying to limit itself around. I wouldn't say like society norms or even like being politically correct, but I just want it to be it. I want it to be a GTA. I don't want it to try to turn itself into something that
Yeah.
because that will make that game. It'll make the story for it a lot worse. And I think
it'll be like Mafia 3. I think it'll have that same type of vibe where it's the same
Mafia
thing,
is a great example, by the way.
but people won't love it as much. But it will be the same thing.
Mafia is a great example, by the way, for having a very fucked up missions in the originals, at least in Mafia 2, the one I played. I'm currently working my way through the Mafia 1 remake. But Mafia 3 has some very fucked up missions too, where it's like, Jesus Christ. But it's not overly terrible. And, I don't think it necessarily breaks any like politically correct standards. But they do that in a good way of like being able to be like
What does Mafia 3?
Mafia 3.
Yeah, that's because Mafia 2 is racist as fuck.
Well, that, yeah.
I started replaying it recently, and
it's
it
bad.
gives you a content warning at the beginning. And it's like, hey, this is reflecting the time period that it was in.
Yeah.
This
But
is
they
not
did
nothing else.
Yeah. Mafia 2 is a whole nother story for another.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want them to sway too far away from what they've created, what they've formed, that everybody has known and loved. Because, the crazy ass things between stealing people's cars and being able to sell them in the mission, being able to make fucking drugs in the game, be able to sell those,
Yep.
and then
Still to this day, they still have the missions.
yeah, still to this day, there's
They're
those
still
OG
doing
missions,
updates. Yeah.
and still to this day, there's the strip club, which is crazy that I think that it's been up because like
Yeah.
there's been nudity in games, like Mafia 2, for example, has like those cards, which are like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but GTA 6 or GTA 5, it's like you can go to a strip club, see nudity.
It isn't saying that it's even in the online mode.
Well, that's the craziest
The
part,
online
right?
mode is the craziest part.
Because Lord knows they're not stopping people who really want to be on there that are underage, that are under the age limit for the game.
Yeah.
Also, another thing about GTA 5 that really showed that they weren't worried about kind of hurting anybody's feelings was the amount of cuss words that they felt like they could. It's not necessary to the game, but the amount of statistics out there that are like, hey, they put in 2,000 plus cuss words throughout the story campaign, which is crazy. 50 of those are the C word, right? Like, just why? I don't know if that's true, but they do say that word.
Do they?
Oh,
I don't
yes.
even remember that. They don't say the F word.
Not the FA word, no.
Not in that one. They used to in the old ones.
They
But
probably
not
did.
in 5.
No,
They
not
don't
in
say it in
5.
5.
But say, I think every other word, as long as it's, not racistly, obviously. I don't think Trevor ever says, like, that'd be crazy.
I don't think he does, but it would make funny. It would be funny coming out of his mouth.
Right.
But I think Franklin would fuck him up.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But it's one of those things that's like, that's the level of being able to look at the game just on face value without having to do anything else and just be like, these developers did what they wanted to. They made it the game how they wanted to, how the vision was originally. There wasn't this vision that all of a sudden got changed because stockholders were like, oh, you can't have all that. That's going to tank the stocks because people are going to think bad about our game because you're going to have things that reflect poorly on us. That's not what they thought. They were like, we're making a game because we think that this is how the game should be played. And we think that this is the story that it needs. And we think that these cuss words need to be in it and the nudity in, that, and that, right? That is what made GTA 5 so special, by being so out there and by being able to push the boundaries of just the story. But then when you look at online, they continue to push the boundaries, by constantly doing DLC updates for 10 plus years and being able to constantly bring new content and bring people back into their game. That's what's kept that game alive. That's what's got them all their money. Now, if they're smart, they'll continue to do that when GTA 6 comes out. Because even if the story's ass, Lord knows everybody's going to play the online. That's just how it is.
100%. I think the story's going to be great.
I think the story's going to be good. I'm really hoping it's going to be
Red Dead 2 is a masterpiece. But the thing is about Red Dead 2 is that they gave up on the online like a year after. They were like, we're done with this. And the online was fun. They
it was
just
good.
didn't put stuff in it to do.
We played, the poker, and there
we
were
did
some
sit down and play
missions.
cards a lot.
We did.
That's because there was nothing to do, though. Like, they didn't do the GTA route of like, well, here's all this stuff you can do immediately, when we could have, like, they could have put in stuff to know, because they knew they were going to do an online format. And then they've only did, like, I think 2 updates, and then they were like, actually, this isn't as successful as GTA 5, so we're done with it. Which I'm like, it's a crazy thing to do, because they're 2 separate things.
Right, but I also think that they went about doing the missions wrong. They should have done it the same way they had done GTA 5, where it's like, hey, you want to set up this organization, you have to put out this much money, you buy the thing, then you set up missions, go do the mission. Instead, it was like, go to the location, pick up this item, go to this business. It was a lot more...
it was technical, because that game's like realistic. Like,
it was a lot more technical, whereas GTA 5 is like, oh, go buy an office. Okay, now you can run your businesses out of here. You can set up your, this, that, and the other, which obviously back then doesn't make sense. But like, even if you had that mechanic and just were able to tweak it to where it made sense for back then, it would have made the multiplayer 10 times better for being able to do those kind of missions and being able to just step aside and be like, okay, I'm going to go run moonshine. Right.
Yeah, it also does take a long time to get anywhere because you're on a horse.
And that's the issue. That's the other issue.
It's a big ass map, but then they gave you a horse. Like, the map is definitely bigger than GTA 5. And you get a horse.
Right. So, and it's one of those things where it's like,
it's fucked.
That's fine if the map's big, but when you're doing those missions, then it needs to be cordoned off to like a certain area. Okay, you're doing a moonshine mission. You're going to move moonshine from this place to this place, and it's only, a quarter of the map or something like that. Maybe half the map, where you're not having to run across the whole thing. Because even in GTA 5, when you're doing missions where you're like selling cars or moving drugs and things like that, you're not going from the very north of the map all the way down to the docks.
Yeah, unless you're broke.
Unless you're broke, which is crazy, because you end up doing that.
Because you do have to do that if you're broke. You have to go all the way from the top to the bottom.
But most people don't have to.
Yeah, the people that are rich.
It gives you the opportunity to be like...
Yeah, to splurge and get the good shit, because you know that.
Because you don't want to have to drive 25 minutes north end to the south end.
Oh, damn. So you in the first car the game gives you. 25 minutes is crazy.
No, I was thinking you're in one of those box trucks and you got the supplies.
Oh, I forgot about that shit.
Yeah,
that shit pisses me off, man.
Yeah.
And especially when you're getting terrorized.
Oh my God. Exactly. I'd be driving the truck. I'd be like, Corey, go get in the Hydra, man.
Yeah.
Go in your deluxe. So I need protection.
Yep.
Damn it. So, but that's exactly what I'm saying, is that I want GTA 6 to be true to itself. Be true to the GTA franchise. Don't try to be something it's not. That's why I think Far Cry 3 is doing so good, or Far Cry itself is doing, is because if you look at like...
Yeah, they are doing really good. They've just been consistent.
They've been consistent. That's the key.
That is crazy.
Whereas if you look at like Just Cause, they've been trying to do crazy things with keeping the same mechanics, and I don't think it's working as well for them. But I think Far Cry is doing better because of that. Assassin's Creed is actually a better example of a company that's doing a shit job at it. I
disagree.
They've done a bad job.
They've done a bad job, and then they come back around. They're figuring it out
every once in a while,
and they are trying to do it because they got too big, and then they did Valhalla, which is ass, and it's also way too big. And then they narrowed it back down with Mirage, which people like. Me personally, that game is fucking stupid. People like that one.
They still have a lot of work to do.
I think the new they do, but it's interesting that Ubisoft is using Assassin's Creed to be like, okay, we're going to care about this one and make sure that we get this right. So now they're doing the big ones and they're doing the small ones until they find the happy medium.
It's the same thing that happens with COD, though.
Yeah.
COD's kind of gone through that kind of wave pattern where it's like, oh, we're going up. We got good games, got good games, got good games. And then fucking Vanguard comes out and you're like, great, I have the shittiest COD ever fucking made.
I always
wanna
forget
die.
that exists.
It pisses me off.
I forget that it exists. I think I returned it.
I think I have 4 hours in that game.
I think I returned
pisses
it.
me off.
It was bad.
So when I say that I want GTA to be true to itself, I mean really be true to itself. The graphics look good. You guys are doing a good job at there. The amount of versatility and the cars and the customization, I know you guys are going to be good in there. Just be true to yourself. And I think that game will be amazing and sell bajillions of copies. Just crazy amounts.
Oh yeah, in 2026 when it comes out.
2025.
It's not coming out next year, buddy.
It
It's just
said
not.
Not next year. It's this year, first off. Second off.
You're right. Sorry. This year. It's not coming out this year. It's coming out next year.
Second off, damn it. I will say
Look,
this.
They haven't showed nothing out.
They showed the original trailer, which I think was, it wasn't necessary.
It was in 2023.
But it was in engine, which is what I thought was good about it, was because it was made in engine. If it wasn't made in engine, if it was all just CGI, I'd be on the same board. I'd be like, you know what? We haven't actually seen anything.
Hey, look, dog.
That's fine. But they have made so much fucking money from
That girl had a
GTA.
fat ass. Had a fat ass on top of the car. Crazy work.
You know what? GTA 6 also needs better jiggle physics. Damn it.
I want another strip club. I'll put it out here right now. I want another fucking strip
There needs
club.
to be multiple. Why isn't there competing strip clubs? Also, why can't you
Probably it's
own
gonna
your
be.
own strip club? Where to get to the bread and butter of this?
Yo, why can't you? Because you own a nightclub in 5.
That's why I'm so fucking saying.
We need to.
Where's my motherfucking
I
strip
want
club?
strip clubs
And
in 6.
why can't I?
And I want some
feel
good ass strip
upgraded?
clubs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. And I want the prostitutes out of story mode and I want them in online. I want it all. I want everything. I want the real world. I want drugs.
That's what I'm saying. But
Bingo.
to have that, it has to be fucked up somewhat. And that's just how the cookie is.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be.
So, and that's why I want it. That's why I want it to be like that. Otherwise,
Yep.
if they try to get away from this fucked up kind of already area that they're in, which is beautiful, and they try to go PC with it,
Yeah.
First off, I don't know how the fuck they do that. Second off,
It would be a crazy
it'd be
around, but
ass.
they've already been they're already kind of a little PC.
they're being
And in their online modes, they're not doing the crazy shit. Like, yeah, you're selling drugs and you're killing people and shit, but like it's pretty
They're being a
politically
different-
correct. And you kind of
I
always
think
feel
they're
like
being
the
a-
good guy.
I feel like they're being a little differently of a PC. Not necessarily politically correct, but they're being
They're not being
politically-
mean.
politically
They're being
word
the
for it.
standard. Not being mean. They're being
politically
a regular
aware,
person.
I'll say.
Yeah.
Right? They're aware of it, but at the same time, they're still doing their own shit. There still is missions where you're fucking, I don't know. They have Hitman missions in the game now, which
Well, they've been had that.
It's
shit,
crazy.
Yeah.
no, like an online now.
Oh, you mean the new
Yeah.
new spy shit?
Yeah. So as long as they keep it crazy in that kind of sense,
Yeah, and we'll get it in 2026. Coming out this year.
2025.
It's not coming out this year, brother. It's not coming out.
just you wait.
They didn't show nothing off at the Game Awards. They didn't show anything off at the Super Bowl. They didn't show anything off at the Super Bowl. And unless they did, in which case I watched the Super Bowl.
I'm watching the Super Bowl.
But you did watch the Super Bowl.
I did watch the Super Bowl. That's right.
I'm pretty sure I watched the Super Bowl because they're not going to show anything off there, and I didn't see it there.
I don't even know if this episode's coming out before or after the Super Bowl. I think it's coming out before the Super Bowl, which is crazy.
I think
I think it's before.
we've done like 5 episodes
Yeah, that only pushes us
over the last 5 weeks.
That only pushes us to like mid-February. Late
is the
February, I
Super
think.
I think it's late February.
I think so.
We watched the Super Bowl, or we're about to watch the Super Bowl.
One of the two, damn it. I don't care.
And they didn't show off any GTA 6 footage.
There was the Kanye ad where it's just him on the phone. Do you remember that ad from last Super Bowl?
No.
He self-recorded himself and then used all the money that he bought a spot for the Super Bowl ad.
Yeah.
And then just sat there and said, hey, screen recorded himself while driving, I'm pretty sure, and was like, hey, I spent all my money on this ad. Go buy at Yeezus.com or whatever the fuck his shoe brand is. And then he spelled it out and then had it flash on the screen and then he fucked off. That was his ad. There was nothing special about
I
it.
hate that man.
I could have done a better fucking ad for that shit.
I hate
It's besides
him.
the point.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We just did
Yeah,
We
this
just
has been
tacked on
the midnight music.
20 extra minutes because we were talking about
This
GTA
has
6.
been
Damn
midnight
it.
music.
This has been Midnight Music. Subscribe, follow, hit the like button, leave a comment, notification bell.
Yep.
Good night.
Night.